अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की ग्रंथ राज श्रीमद् भागवतम की Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Welcome to HareKrishnaTempleBurbank. So today, for the Sunday evening feast program, we're discussing from chapter 7, text number 26. Vedaham samaditani
Vedaham samaditani
Vartamanam charjuna
Vartamana Arjuna
Bhavishyami cha bhutani
Bhavishyami cha bhutani
Mam tu veda na kaschana.
Mam tu veda na kaschana.
Translation by His Loving Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Please repeat. O Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities. But me, no one knows. Please repeat. Veda, no. Aham, I. Samatitani, completely past. So Veda means no, and Aham refers to I. So Krishna is speaking Bhagavad Gita, so Krishna is referring to himself. Samatitani, Atita means past, and Samatita means completely. So Krishna completely knows the past. It's not that he misses anything. No, we even can't remember what we were doing same time 2 days ago. But that is not Krishna. So this word, it's not only Atita means past, it's Samatita here mentions that Krishna completely knows the past. Vartamanani, present. So present also he knows what's going on in our minds. Cha, and Arjuna, O Arjuna. Bhavishyami. Bhavishyami means future. So Krishna also understands and knows the future. Cha, also. Bhutani, all living entities. Mam, me, tu, but, Veda, knows, na, not, Kshana. So in this way, if we read the word to word, then together with the Sanskrit and then the translation, then it makes more sense.
How is Bhutani living entities? Bhutani means past?
No, that's Bhutkala. That's different. So Bhuta Bhin, not Bhutasto. Bhuta means living entities. That's a bit different. Sanskrit, the connotations are a bit different. So again, translation. Please repeat. O Arjuna, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead,
As a Supreme Personality of
I know everything that has happened in the past,
I know everything that has happened in the past,
all that is happening in the present,
all that is happening in the present,
all things that are yet to come.
all things that are yet to come.
I also know all living entities,
I also know all living entities,
but me, no one knows.
but me no one knows.
So Krishna says four things here he knows completely. What are those four things?
Past,
Past, present, future,
living entities.
and all the living entities. So what is in our hearts is known to Krishna because Krishna is within our hearts. And the implication that Krishna knows the past, the present and the future means that actually there is no kind of injustice in this material world. We may think that, oh, something wrong has happened. They'll manage. So, whatever has happened in the past is known to Krishna, and therefore, by his material arrangement, Maya Adhyakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharacharan, Krishna says that all the living entities which are moving and non-moving, Chara means moving and Achara means non-moving, they are conducted under the superintendence of Krishna's material nature.
What's non-living?
Trees.
Oh, good.
So everything within the material world, either living or non-living, moving or non-moving, is under the direct supervision, Adhyakshena, of Krishna. So, as we were saying, that we may think that, okay, this is very unjust. But actually there is nothing unjust in this world, because why there is nothing unjust in this world?
Because Krishna knows everything.
Yeah, because Krishna has known what we have done in our past. Therefore, what we are undergoing in the present is a direct resultant of that past. The destiny is nothing but just a reflection of our previous karmas. So, we have done something good in the past, so we will reap the benefits. If we've done something bad in our past, then we will suffer the implications of those bad deeds. Our Guru Maharaj tells of the story of a Dwarka humble sweeper in Dwarkadhish temple. So this sweeper, he very diligently used to clean the temple of Krishna, and he was always very observing of how all the people are coming and are praying to Krishna. And more often than not, they are just asking Krishna for some material benefits. Oh Krishna, please, there is disease in this family, please remove. I need some wealth, some land, some gold. Please fulfill my desires, and so forth. And this poor sweeper started thinking, oh, Supreme Lord must be tired all day, just standing. And everyone is coming with their demands and wish list. So one day he prayed to Dwarkadish, Dwarkadish, if I can, please ask you that you please rest one day. You please rest one day and let me stand instead of you. So Krishna said, oh, this is very nice. No other devotee has thought like this, that I am standing here all day and all these people are coming and just demanding things from me. So devotional service actually means not demanding from Krishna, but coming and serving Krishna. The highest regard of devotional service is described as ahetuki apratihata. Ahetuki means, hetu means some motivation, and ahetuki means without any motivation, one just simply serves the Lord. Why? Because that is our natural constitution position, to serve Krishna. Jivera Swarupa harekrishnatemple. We are eternal servants of Krishna. If we don't serve Krishna, then Prabhupada says we will serve Maya. Because our nature is to serve. That's the innate nature. That's called dharma. So when we are serving, then whom we are serving makes a difference. Only Krishna can fully reciprocate with the inner sentiments of our hearts. And therefore, only it is said he is worthy to receive the service. All other living entities automatically receive the service through the service we render to Krishna, because we are part and parcel of Krishna. Krishna is the whole, and when we water the root of that whole, then all the leaves, branches, twigs, they become nourished. Similarly, when we worship Krishna and render service to Krishna, we actually are rendering service to the whole of humanity. We cannot understand this point, but this is very important to understand. So this person has a very nice sentiment that, oh Krishna, you please rest and I will. So Krishna said, that's very nice. And he spoke to this humble sweeper and he said that you are okay to do this. But please bear in mind that you just stand there and you don't ask or interact with anyone who comes with their prayers, wants or needs. So the sweeper thought, that is good enough, I just stand there and just pay an ear and just smile as Krishna is smiling in form of Dwarkadish. And Krishna specifically said, don't interfere in any of the things and don't try to do anything. Sweeper said, that's okay, that's a good deal to have. So he stood up, and sure enough, people started coming with their demands, and he started listening. But then one person came. He was a very rich sailor, and he was a very rich merchant, and he came and he put some money in the donation box. And the sweeper, standing in form of Dwarkadish, he said, oh, this is a very nice devotee. He has put some money in the donation box. And he prayed, oh, please, Lord, this year has been very nice economically. I've made a lot of profit. Please continue to bestow. So the sweeper said, well, I cannot bestow, but I'll pray to Dwarkadish that he bestows. Then, as the merchant was going, his wallet fell down. And the sweeper wanted to stop him. That please don't go, your wallet has fallen down. But then he remembered that Dwarkadish had said, don't interfere. So he just stood there. But in his heart he was very eager to intervene. And the merchant went away. And when the merchant went away, then a very poor man came. And he came running, crying to Krishna. And he started sobbing and saying to Krishna that, oh Krishna, my son, he is suffering from this chronic illness. And he needs to be seen by a physician. And if he is not operated, then he will die. Krishna, I'm very poor. I need some money. Please make some arrangement. Saying this, he wiped his tears, and as he was going, he saw the wallet there of the rich merchant. And he picked up the wallet and he said to Krishna, Krishna, thank you so much. You have made arrangement in a mysterious way. But the sweeper standing in form of Dwarkadish, he wanted to say, hey, this is not yours. This is the merchant's wallet. And you are a thief from the temple. You are stealing this. And the poor man, he was praying inside that Krishna, as soon as I have some money, I will come back and give it to you. But of course, that the sweeper standing could not understand. And the sweeper standing in form of Dwarkadish, he felt very, very bad. he is thinking if Krishna was here, he would definitely intervene. And then when the poor man went away, then a sailor came, and the sailor was due to go on a voyage, and he came and he started praying, "Oh Dwarkadish, please bless me. I'm going on a long journey, and it will be many, many months before I come back. Please assure that the journey is safe and I come back safely to my family so that we can save you." So the sweeper informer Dwarkadish said, "I bless you. I pray to Dwarkadish that this will happen." But as he paid obeisances and was going, by that time the rich merchant realized that his wallet is missing. And he traced it down that the last time I opened it was at the temple of Dwarkadish. So he came with policemen and he started searching for it. He could not find it, and he saw the sailor there. And he concluded that no one is here except the sailor, so he must have taken it. So he got hold of the sailor and he started beating the sailor that he has taken my wallet, he has taken my wallet. And the sweeper informer Dwarkadish started thinking, no, it's not the sailor, it's the poor man who has taken it. But he remembered the words of Dwarkadish that do not interfere in my plan. But the sweeper started thinking, how could I not interfere? Great injustice is happening. So thinking like that, he shouted. He said, "Rich man, stop beating the sailor." And everyone became surprised. They all started thinking, where is this voice coming from? And he said, "It's me, Dwarkadish himself speaking. I know everything. This person is innocent. The actual culprit is the poor man. He found the wallet that had fallen from your pocket, and he has taken all that money in there. Just leave the sailor." And in this way, the sailor was left alone, and the rich man, along with the police, they were able to trace the poor man. They were able to recover the money, and the poor man's son did not get the treatment, and of course, he demised. Then at the end of the day, when Dwarkadish came back, and he said to the poor sweeper that, "Now I have come back, you can go back to your old position. And I hope you have done everything I have said, and you have not intervened in anything." The sweeper said, "Oh my God, I did everything as per you said, but one thing I could not have done because I thought you also would not have condoned it." So Krishna asked, "What?" Of course, Krishna knew everything. And the sweeper said that what had transpired, that a rich man had come, dropped the wallet, poor man had come, picked up the wallet, and he stole that money. Then a sailor came and he prayed to go in his journey. And then the police came along with the rich man, they beat them up. And I thought, if you were here, you would not allow this. So I intervened and I corrected the whole situation. Krishna said, "I told you not to interfere. What do you know about the past of all these people?" So then the sweeper asked, "What is the past and how is this justice?" So he said, "The rich person, he is not a real devotee of mine. He is just a token-minded devotee, just comes once a year. Whatever he has, whatever he gives to me is just but a fraction of whatever he has." Srila Prabhupada says, Krishna doesn't see what you give, Krishna sees what you keep. Krishna doesn't see how much effort you put, but Krishna sees how much effort you have the potential to put. If you are doing something, but our potential is much more than that, that Krishna looks at that unused potential. And of course, if we do little service for Krishna, it protects us from the greatest danger. But the whole point of understanding this matter is that our natural tendency to serve, rather than serving our own senses and mind, if somehow or the other is directed towards serving Krishna and serving the mission of Krishna. What does the mission of Krishna mean? The mission of Krishna means that preaching the word of Krishna, as mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, then Krishna is very pleased, because then we are becoming an instrument at the hands of the Lord. So he said this sailor is a stingy poker person. Sorry, the rich man, the merchant, is a stingy poker person, and he did not give according to his capacity. And then he asked about the poor man. But what was the poor man? He stole the money. So Krishna said, you are really foolish. That poor person is my devotee. Never in my life, never in his life, he has ever asked for anything from me. In this one instance, because his son was suffering, he asked. And so I had it so arranged that the wallet of the rich person slips and the poor man gets that money to treat his ill son. Then the sweeper asked, okay, but what do you have to say about the sailor? He is the innocent party. The police arrested him and he would have rotten in jail. So Dwarkadish said, you are really foolish. The sailor is also my devotee. But due to some past karma of his, he was supposed to meet death in this voyage, if he went to the voyage. Because there would be a great cyclone in the sea and the whole ship would capsize and everyone there would die. But because he is my devotee, I wanted him to live on. I wanted to change his destiny. So I had it arranged that for his past bad karma, he would receive token punishment to be taken by the police. He would spend overnight in jail, enough time for him to miss the voyage, and therefore he would survive. Eventually, where the money was would be found out and justice would be done. But in this whole arrangement, because you interfered with my plan, you have disrupted everything. Therefore, rather than thinking in our minds, most of our energy actually goes in overthinking. Oh, why is this person acting like this? Why is this happening to me? Why has that person done this thing? Why is bad things always happening to me? Rather than focusing our energy in there, one has to just accept the plan of Krishna. Because as here it is mentioned, Vedaham samatitani. Krishna says, samatitani, the past I completely know. Vartamani cha Arjuna, I know the present also. Bhavishyani cha bhutani, I also know the future of all living entities. And I know all the living entities. So if something is bad happening to us, then the meditation should be of reflection. Then what lesson am I to learn from this? What lesson Krishna wants me to learn from this? Because if we don't learn the lesson and we try to counteract, then we have to learn that lesson again. And if we refuse to learn that lesson, we have to go the same exam again and again and again. There's another, true story I remember. that when the World War II finished, and this is documented, that in the German concentration camps, there was a very harsh jailer, and that jailer treated the prisoners, really, really badly and harshly. And one of the prisoner couples, the husband and wife, they had so much bitterness in their heart that they could not forgive the jailer until the end of their lives. Everyone else eventually moved on with their lives. In psychology, they also said that if you want to move on with something bad that has happened to you, then the first thing you have to do is forgive the perpetrator. Forgive that person who has done something bad. Why? Because you actually are freeing yourself. By not forgiving them, you are actually tying yourself to them. And therefore your suffering is more and more and more. So then what happened when they passed away? Then in their next life, again they were born as husband and wife. But then this jailer, he was born as their son. But he was born as a handicapped person, completely unable to do anything. So till his, adulthood, the parents had to serve them. Imagine like cleaning their potty and feeding them, washing them, doing everything for this person. Why? Because whatever accounts we have, if we don't close it, then in the next life we have to come back again to neutralize it, to balance it out. So if we hate someone, if we have envy against someone, then in the next life we have to neutralize that envy by saving them in some way or the other. As a husband, as a wife, as a boss, as a child, in some other capacity, we have to come back to save that person. So why do we have to carry that burden? Instead, it's better to forgive and free ourselves so that we can move forward. Even modernist psychology, as you said, they accept this fact that to move on from trauma, one has to forgive. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that tulya ninda stutir moni santushto yena kenachit. And he says, one of the words he says that in that way, so another way I think, shami. Shami means forgiving, one who does shama. So this is the way we have to accept that whatever is coming our way is due to the providential arrangement of our past karma. Krishna knows everything, and if we counteract it to avoid it or defeat it, then we are placing ourselves in a situation of not accepting what lesson I have to learn from this. Then the result of that will be we have to undergo the same test again. In Sanskrit, it is said Purna Mushtika Bhava. Purna Mushtika Bhava is a story that Prabhupada tells. Once there was a mouse, and the mouse went to the sage and said, "Oh sage, please bless me so that I become a cat, because the cat is giving me problems." The sage said, "Tastu, may you be." And then the dog started troubling the cat. So the cat went, oh please make me a dog so that I don't be troubled. So the sage said, may you be. And then the lion, tiger, started troubling the dog. So the dog came, let me be the tiger. So the sage said, let it be. And then the tiger roared at the sage and said, I want to eat you now. So the sage said, Pura Mustika Bhava, again become mouse. So in this way, we are not learning the lessons of our lives. We are just being reactive. This has happened, so I have to react, I have to counteract in this way. But if we ask what is the lesson, then we can save ourselves from a lot of trouble. And how we can actually have this ability to tolerate and learn simply by engaging ourselves in study of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and chanting of Krishna's holy names. Why? Because this is the natural constitutional position of the living entity. When we pray to Krishna, then we become nourished. Whatever happiness we are looking for outside, actually Krishna provides it through this process of bhakti. Bhakti is not something external. It is said bhakti is both the means and the end. Meaning, you serve Krishna, immediately that service gives nourishment. Narad Muni says this in Bhakti Sutras, that bhakti is itself, bhakti is bhakti's fruit. There is nothing else. So therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, the most precious thing mentioned is Bhakti Yoga in the middle chapters of Bhagavad Gita. And when we become nourished, then whatever comes our way, good or bad, then we will not become victimized by being overjoyed by happiness and forgetting Krishna, or over anxious and going into depression or seeking justice when things don't go our way. Rather, we will be equipoised in all situations. So Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that dukkheshu anudvikveda, sukkheshu vigadaskuha, that those who are not overburdened, udvega, anxious at the time when miseries come, dukkheshu anudveg manaha, their mind do not become depressed. Sukkheshu vigadaskuha, and when the happiness comes, they don't become overjoyed. Vita raga bhaya krodha, they have given up attachment. Vita raga bhaya, they are free from fear and they are free from anger. These three things happen because we are attached, we become fearful, and because we are attached, we become angry. So Krishna says that Sthita Pragnastaduchyate, one who is a sage of steady mind, steady intelligence, such a person has these qualities, that they are not affected by happiness or distress, but equipoised. And then he goes on to say, Yah sarvatra nabhisnehas tat tat prapya subha shubham. Whatever shubha, auspicious and ashubha, inauspicious comes your way, such a person accepts it. Nabhi nandanti, neither praising it, the good things shubha, neither praising it, nabhi nandanti nadveshti, and bad things, he does not despise it. Such a person is a sage of steady intelligence. So again, please repeat. Vedaham samatitani vartamanyam charjuna Bhavishyami cha bhutani
Bhavishyami cha bhutani
mam tu veda na kasyana.
Mamto Veda na Kshana.
So anyone has any questions, comments?
Probably one question, like you said, best thing is for some people just to forgive. But what with some people, they say they cannot forgive. There's this expression, they say, I can forget, but I will never forgive, like that. Probably the mental plane which they are on, maybe.
Yeah. So they're operating from mental plane. So then, in the next life, they'll have to neutralize that by saving that person. So therefore, why are we not able to forgive? Because our focus is on that person. But our focus, if it's on Krishna, then whatever bad has happened to us, that becomes negligible, because the nourishment we get from Krishna, it completely negates whatever bad thing that person may have done. Actually, that person has not done a bad thing. He has just become an instrument to carry out the reward of our past karma.
Like in that example, if all these people who were in the concentration camp and they suffered and died, is it all their past karma?
Yeah, definitely. They must have done, like Srila, for example, why does wars happen? Srila Prabhupada mentions, because there is mass killing of animals in slaughterhouses. There is mass killing of animals, so someone has to pay the price. So when wars happen in mass scale, then that is a result of mass animal killing. Animals are kept like prisoners in cages. There have been so many cases of, abuse of, like Australian cattle and produce, which were shipped to Indonesia, and they're pathetic. I mean, killing is one thing. Again, like yeah. So someone has to pay the price. Who will pay the price for killing of all those animals? So there's no injustice in this world if you look at. We have to learn the lesson. If something bad is happening to us, that means we have done something bad previously, either in this life or past life. We can discuss more after the Aarti. Jai Shri Shri Radha Girivardhari Ki Jai. You can all stand up for Aarti.